The NFL's worried about taunting. Meanwhile, in Green Bay, you've got Kurt Benkert assaulting Aaron Rodgers, trying to steal the starting job? Get your priorities straight, NFL. Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon. If you need a franchise QB, you better hope your team signs Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen is basically the good luck Chuck of the NFL. Wherever Rosen goes, quarterback success follows, and then he is dumped. Shout out, though, to Bleacher Report Gridiron for finding a photo of Josh waving for the Josh Rosen got waived post. Today on the show, we will talk about Josh Rosen a little bit, the Bears' injury issues, Jalen Reagor's one-handed grab, and John Mara's incredibly out-of-touch comments on the taunting emphasis. Is it Reagor or Reagor? That's good, sports! If you value your intelligence, do not subscribe to this YouTube channel. Today's episode is sponsored by HelloFresh and their Taste of Summer series. So go to HelloFresh.com and use my code That'sGoodSports14 to get 14 free meals plus free shipping. Right now, HelloFresh has an amazing selection of chef-curated barbecue bundles so you can keep the grill going all summer long. My life with football starting has me juggling too many things to worry about finding dinner at the store. I just don't have the time to go, so I rely on HelloFresh like a quarterback relies on his center to deliver the goods. A bad snap could lead to a safety, and I take safety seriously with my chic protective onion glasses. And I now have dietary restrictions because my body hates me. But with HelloFresh, they provide low-cal, carb-smart, vegetarian, and pescatarian options. With HelloFresh, food is delivered right to my door, packaged in recyclable and or already recycled material. And I get to choose between 50 menu items each week with easy-to-follow 5-star recipes that take about 30 minutes to prepare. So again, go to HelloFresh.com, use my code That'sGoodSports14 to get 14 free meals plus free shipping. All right, we've got heady lines from around the NFL. Eagles receiver Jalen Reagor made this insane one-handed catch in joint practice against the Patriots, beating cornerback Michael Jackson Sr. in this thriller of a catch. This Eagles grab went viral yesterday, and rightfully so, but still not nearly as popular as the real Michael Jackson or the Eagles, for that matter. It's not lost on me that Michael Jackson's Thriller and the Eagles' greatest hits are the two highest selling albums of all time. Imagine what would happen if the Eagles ever covered Michael Jackson. The music. The football Eagles might actually be bad enough to try and cover a corner during a game this season. The Chicago Bears are dealing with some injury issues. Justin Fields was held out of practice with a groin injury, and second-round draft pick tackle Teven Jenkins is having back surgery and will miss significant time. The Fields absence is deemed to be precautionary, a super conservative approach by the Bears, so probably not much to worry about there. The Jenkins injury is a huge bummer. The Bears do hope to get him back this season, but this is why you bring in a guy like Jason Peters. If something happens to Peters, though, well, that's why you have Andy Dalton, human punching bag to fill in until you can properly protect Justin Fields, your Hall of Fame quarterback. The Lions cut long snapper Don Mulback, who spent the last 17 seasons in Detroit. And get this, they did it on his 40th fucking birthday. This is the first time I can take issue with something that Dan Campbell has done. Your 40th birthday is already tough enough. Happy 40th. Now you're unemployed. Suck it, idiot. Is there anything more terrifying than this Christopher Walken deer hunter action figure? The answer is no. Move over, Chucky doll. The Packers send Josh Jackson to New York in exchange for Isaac Yiadom. The rare corner for corner trade. Trading spaces, if you will. This is the second time, though, Yiadom's been traded, and for Jackson, he can take comfort in knowing his salary was cleared out to make room for Jordy Nelson or Clay Matthews. The San Francisco 49ers have waived former first-round pick Josh Rosen. Rosen famously said that there were 9 mistakes taken before him in the 2018 draft. Those mistakes include Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, Sam Darnold, Denzel Ward, Bradley Chubb, Quentin Nelson, Josh Allen, Roquan Smith, and Mike McGlinchey. Oh, and for good measure, the pick right after him was Minkah Fitzpatrick. Rosen's words may go down as the freezingest, coldest take of all time. The good news is whoever is smart enough to sign Josh Rosen will get their franchise quarterback one way or another. He paved the way for Kyler Murray in Arizona, Tua Tagovailoa in Miami, Tom Brady in Tampa, and Trey Lance in San Francisco. Many people don't know this, but the only reason Tom Brady signed with the Bucs is because they promised to put Josh Rosen on the practice squad. Also, never forget that Josh Rosen read my mean tweet one time.
At Brandon Perna. Josh Rosen looks exactly like a less handsome Aaron Rodgers right now during his draft. Thank you.
And since Drew Lock looks awesome after a half a preseason game, I'm gonna wish Josh Rosen signed with the Lions so they can get their guy. Safety Clinton Dix has signed with the 49ers. Well, that was last week. David Lombardi, though, posted on Twitter that Dix is ready to make a statement as a member of the 49ers. That statement was, I'm changing my name to LMAO Clinton Dix. Laughing my ass off, Clinton Dix, kids. I do have to applaud real sports media members like Lombardi. I watched the clip he posted, and to fish out the make a statement line from this press conference is impressive.
My teammates, and just coming out and trying to make a statement, find my role in this team.
Dix gave an incredibly vanilla answer, and yet the media found a way to turn it into a headline. A team that needs no help making headlines, or should I say a team that needs the most help proofreading their headlines, is the Raiders. The Raiders are requiring fans to show proof of vaccination to watch games at their new stadium. NBC LA wrote, "Come with vax proof or get shot on sight." Raiders set COVID rules for fans. Getting shot on sight? That seems pretty harsh. But I guess that's Biden's communist America for you. The Saints have signed former first-round pick Kevin White. White appeared in 3 games last year for the 49ers and did not catch a pass. He might make some tackles, though, if Jameis Winston wins the starting job for the Saints. And finally, since it's Wednesday, some kind of reference from Hard Knocks.
I was up like 4 points.
And that was my some kind of reference from Hard Knocks. NFL headlines. Done. Now, I didn't want it to be, but again, taunting is the big story of the day. We're 1.5 weeks into preseason, and we already hate the taunting emphasis. We've been over that on this channel. It's an imaginary problem the NFL conjured in its mind. It's something fans literally never complain about. It's something players never complain about. It's something coaches don't complain about. And the only time we actually pay attention to taunting is when it gets flagged. But now we know why the NFL is cracking down on it. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense. They've got old, whiny men like Giants owner John Mara on the competition committee.
We get kind of sick and tired of the taunting that does go on from time to time on the field. We've tried to balance the sportsmanship with allowing the players to have fun, and there's always a fine line.
Well, let me tell you, we get sick and tired of the taunting that goes on from, time to time. From time to time insinuates it really doesn't happen that often.
We get kind of sick and tired of the taunting that does go on from time to time on the.
And who is we? Your friends in the AARP club? Your 4:30 p.m. dinner guests? Your hover-round gang? The only acceptable answer for Mara was, we're trying to protect the players from unnecessary hurt feelings. It's a lame answer, but at least that would indicate it's not about his personal preference, which is an issue. Also, why the hell is a guy who looks like he's never won a single competition in his life, other than being born rich, on a competition committee? And when the fuck are owners hearing all of this taunting? Is there a live mic on every play piped into the owner's box during games? John Mara built the biggest lawn in the world just so he could tell more kids to get off of it. I loved Adrian Amos's response on Twitter. I blame that darn rap music. Former player Rich Ornberger also thinks John Mara is broken. I mean, the amount of people who tweeted about how wrong Mara's take was is quite impressive. Will the NFL notice? Based on Mara's response, yes, but they do not care. They don't care what we think about the viewing experience. The real problem with emphasizing taunting is there's not a clear line between celebrating after a good play and taunting. Throwing up a peace sign at a dude isn't taunting, in my opinion. It's not. Flexing at them after you physically dominate them, not taunting. Showing them a naked picture of their girlfriend because you did intercourse with her, sure, flag that for taunting. You're asking refs to make another judgment call, one they shouldn't be worried about. And to be fair to the officials, they have enough things to interpret at lightning speed, and adding this seems like an unnecessary burden.
What we don't want is we don't want it to escalate. And so they tell everybody, this is an emphasis. This is what we're gonna really try and clamp down on. And traditionally, you know, if it happens, especially during the preseason, it's a great time to do it, just so the players understand what the referees are gonna be looking for.
Okay, Ron, I don't care how logical you make this sound. Go back to talking about something less controversial like vaccines.
Because what we don't want is an escalation of some of the things that have happened in the past. I think last year 2 teams got into it where wide receivers and DBs were going at each other.
No, that's what we do want. That's what we do want. We want the ultra violence.
You know, a year ago we had one where 2 teams were going at each other. I mean, you don't want to see that situation.
Have you ever watched football, Ron?
And somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, from playing football. Okay, now I get what Ron is saying. I really understand what Ron is saying. But here's why you should still be worried. Because the competition committee, even after seeing this emphasized rule be used in the complete wrong way on that Colts run, they have refused to admit that that was wrong. Instead, they're doubling down on why they believe they're right, instead of acknowledging that there might be an issue in the emphasis. And that's what drives people freaking crazy.
But let's don't taunt your opponent because we don't want the retaliation in this league.
If egregious taunting occurs, the kind of in-your-face douchebaggery nobody wants to see, it will be flagged like it always has been. That's when one player gets in another player's face, makes physical contact with them. That always gets flagged. But if the NFL stands firm on this emphasis, and we fans are robbed of great plays like we saw the Colts get dinged for, then this has the potential to be the worst rule emphasis the NFL has ever done. The fact that John Mara admitted the league is trying to change something because it's his personal preference shows that he and enough others on the competition committee have no respect for the game. Do you know how I know fans like taunting? Just look at the view counts on Ding Productions, Highlight Heaven, and to a lesser extent, my videos about taunting. Jesus once said, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." Let's revert to that for the NFL. Because if you listen to former players, their gripe about the NFL is how it treats injuries, the health of players. When former NFL players break down crying, it's never because another player was overzealous after a good play. It's because they can't remember their fucking address, and because the NFL tried to treat an injury with a candy dish of pain pills. I would say F you to John Mara, but he might shut me down for taunting. So instead, John, I'll just say this. Oh yeah, I could see how that's offensive. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. Click the video on the screen if you want to watch more of my dumb face with my dumb mouth spitting dumb football words at you.